Today, we are going to be talking about something that shapes our confidence, our identity, and how creating safe classrooms really plays a very big role into that. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined by an amazing educator. And this educator is so passionate about nurturing student voices so that no one in the classroom, no voice feels small to be heard. And this is none other than Sharon. Sharon, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Namono, for having me. I am very excited to be at Limitless Voices.
I'm excited too. And would like to know you a little more. So for starters, tell us just a little about yourself. Who are you? What do you do? And then there is a fun part that I would like us to dive into after that. Get ready. Don't leave us. Just stay with us.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yes. Thanks again. My name is Shallon Amutuhaire and I am an educator. I am very passionate about making sure that each student realizes their full potential because there is so much potential in each child.
Yes.
And I love to see how much they can be able to achieve. And so I love impacting them outside the classroom. I love the Lord. And that affects how I view myself and how I view other people, including my students. Also, apart from that, I love reading. I love singing. I love writing. I also love having authentic, real conversations like this one.
Exactly. So we are here. You know what she said? Authentic conversations. And that's what we exactly do here at Limitless Voices. So would like to break the ice a little. Are you ready to break the ice with us, Sharon?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Exactly. I have some questions here for you. If you were, let's say, for example, if your teaching style were a song, what would it be and why? Remember, she said she loves singing. So let's hear from the lady. Which song would describe her teaching style?
A song.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
There's this song that we used to dance to when I was little.
Okay.
When I was a little girl, my grandma told me that I could be just anything that I wanted to. That song.
Everything. You guys are not good at singing. I hope I don't go overboard. Yeah.
Okay, the song Rise Up by Andrade would be my teaching style kind of song because it helps the students to be able to like achieve everything that is inside of them. And like my role is to like bring it out of them
the potential.
because it's inside there. Yes.
So that they can just unleash the potential out. Amazing. All right. You know, students always have words that describe teachers. I remember way back in school, we had names for teachers to the extent that one point I even used the nickname and I had forgotten the real name of the teacher. So if your students were to describe you, which one word would they say?
One word?
Yes.
It has to be one.
Okay, let's make it a little bit simple. Maybe two or maybe a sentence. How would they describe you?
Yeah, now that's a difficult one. But I'll try. I think my students would call me happy person.
Okay.
I enjoy my classes. I enjoy my students, and sometimes I even forget that I am a grown up. and there's a time, one student told me that that my laughter brings healing to the nations. I enjoy laughing with my students and making them to feel safe, to know that this is a safe place. Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm a good laugher and I know my videographer is the best. Actually, when he laughs, I don't care. I'm like, I'm covered.
Covered in the laughter.
Yes, I'm just encouraged to laugh more. So that's amazing. That laughter brings healing. And then would love to move into, there are so many beautiful moments that happen in the classroom.
Yeah.
What's that one classroom moment that always makes your day? and you're like, oh my, I can't leave the classroom without this moment? Or maybe what are some of those moments you've had that are still memorable to you that have happened in the classroom?
Yes, thank you. These questions are very, very deep.
Very deep.
Okay. So I teach GP and literature and English.
Yes.
And so most of the times you find that these subjects, they like relate very much with the society, the curriculum, the syllabus of these subjects relates so much with the society. So I enjoy it when my students are able to connect their lives with what we are teaching, and they share their experiences, and at some points we even come up with solutions to some of the challenges in there, and the creativity, the way they think is usually very amazing. And I enjoy it so much.
That's really nice, because it's so good when we just move beyond the class, and then how does this actually apply to your real life outside of the classroom? Well done, Teacher Shallon.
Thank you.
Now, back to our big conversation of the day. We are talking about how to create safe spaces in the classroom, or how can a classroom be safe for students not to feel like, I have an answer, but then I can't surely give it, but would like to start from the genesis. What does it really mean to have a safe space in a classroom?
Now, a safe space in the classroom for me, it means a place where learners are free to share, free to say their answers that they have, not having the fear that they may be laughed at, a place that is very warm, more like a second home
for them.
Yes.
Wow, amazing. So I had an experience way back, I think around my primary 4. A teacher comes in class, she gives us, of course, teaches us, then gives us some work to do. And in the process, one of my neighbors asks for my rubber. We are drawing angles. Remember those 90 angles, 45? So she borrows my rubber, but then she warns us not to talk. She says, the next person I find talking, there will be an example to the rest, so that everyone knows I'm so serious about this. So she warns us, and in the next minute, I want my rubber back, because if you don't also finish the work, that will be trouble. So I whisper, give me back my rubber. Oh my goodness. The teacher beat me. I think she beat me, and it was like, I told you not to talk, but now see, here is the example, like I'm showing you what I've been talking about. And for me, it was not only just the beating, like there is a way my self-esteem was shattered. They were laughing at me. There are some boys who kept saying, hey, feel it. You're the ones who don't hear. So I felt so small, and I remember like going through school for the whole month feeling like, this is so sad for me. So I would like to know, in your own experience, I know in that story there are some examples that make students to go silent in classrooms. What are some other examples that really make students to go silent in classrooms?
Okay. I think the biggest, I feel the biggest reason as to why students go silent in classrooms is fear. They fear to be judged. To say the wrong answer, and the others will laugh at them. They fear. And so creating that safe space, usually what I do, like when the students have just come and they are new, say in senior 5 or senior 1, and we are meeting for the first time, even continuing classes, I set expectations. For example, I tell them, this is a place where you are not allowed to laugh at a friend who has given an answer that you think is wrong. You are not allowed to laugh, except if it is funny, and generally funny and acceptable, we can laugh.
We can laugh about
but
it.
Laughing, so I create a space where they feel that even if I feel that my answer is wrong, which I will not say it is wrong. And for cases when the answers are wrong, I usually have a way of directing them through questions, open-ended questions. I ask a question and make sure that I direct the student the right answer that I expect. Because it's always there. It's in there.
True. Yeah. Just needs the right environment for it to come out. Okay, amazing. I love those setting those boundaries and also expectations for the students.
Yes.
Here at Limitless Voices, what we don't want is that our voices are silenced or no one feels shrinked and they're like, maybe you're too much for you, keep quiet, you're over talking. Have you ever had an experience, maybe way back, where you felt like your voice in a classroom was being shrinked as a child? If we can go back to some old memories.
Yeah. My own experience.
Yes.
Those memories sometimes
there's a
trying to
fading off.
Trying to go back. But most of the time for me, it was the fear. I'll give an example of when I was in primary 4.
Yes.
At primary 4, that's when the things start advancing, the math, the SST, the science, everything is advancing. And at that point, we had a teacher of math. And for him, everyone had to excel in math.
Okay.
And the problem is that he used the wrong method. He used the road. So you would do numbers.
Yes.
Say there are 50 numbers. So the number of the questions you've gotten wrong was the number of canes
you get.
Yes. And then sometimes he used to pinch. He would hold you in your stomach. Remember, you're a very small girl. And he will pinch you like this and you squeeze this and you cry so much. And that, I think that made me hate math. Maybe I would be the greatest female mathematician there is, but I could not because I hated the teacher, I hated the subject, and I continued failing it. Because I would get 80 in the other 3, and then math 18%, 16%. Yeah.
Wow. That's really, traumatizing. Before even you come to class, you're already scared. Like there is this fear inside your heart.
Yes.
I remember those days of mental math. Number what? If you fail, it should be so close off your fingertips. And the moment you fail, I think you got some canes for it.
Yeah.
And going back to that experience, do you think in a way, has it shaped the educator that you are right now? Are there some learnings you drew from it and then you're bringing to your classroom?
Yes. That has brought many memories and questions I get asked. Some people ask me that you look very small and young. How do you teach these older children and all this?
Yes.
And they ask me, do they respect you? Do they disrespect? Do you beat? Do you shout?
Yeah.
And it's amazing that I do not shout at my students.
And you
I never beat. But most of the times they do what they are supposed to do.
Yeah.
So going back to the question, it's shaping the kind of educator that I am. I believe in making relationships with my students, making sure they understand, why am I asking them to do this? Why do I want them to do this? If I'm asking them, for example, in literature, go read this chapter, write down this, why am I? Usually, when they know the why, they do it. Setting expectations right from day one, and them knowing that I have their best interests at heart. I never get problems with students, and that's how I teach them.
You remind me of this guy. I think he's called Simon Sinek. I think he has something where he says people always buy different things, or we always get people's buying easily if we actually explain the why behind we are doing different things. And it's amazing that you're able to have that with the students so that it's not a force. You either do this, but there is a conversation behind. Why is it good that you're actually going to write down this assignment? Wow, really amazing. So, to some teachers listening out there, please let us know, what are some of the practical steps you're taking to make sure that you're creating a safe environment for your students in the classroom. I'm still here with teacher Shallon, trying to explore and see how can we create a safe environment, but then how can we make sure that voices in the classroom do not really go unheard, which is really amazing. So Shallon, you said you have a way you create a safe space in the classroom. And I love that you said you have conversations. Let's say, for example, I'm one of the students in the classroom, Susan Namono, but I'm a quieter student. It's going to be hard for you to see me raise up my hand. Yeah. How would you engage me without putting me on pressure so that I don't feel like, because you see, pressure brings fear automatically. Sure. Yeah, and I didn't want to go there, but I also love, there is a book we are reading, and there is a way this lady dissects fear, which is really amazing. I think that's something we shall come back to. But then how do you help me to speak without feeling on pressure, or without me feeling pressurized that, hey, here I am, I'm being put on the spot? Okay, yeah.
The question has really brought those students. I have them, and I'm seeing them in the eye of my mind. Most of the times, these quiet students, it's not that they are quiet because they do not know what to say.
Exactly.
Sometimes they may be thinking that maybe my opinion doesn't really matter. There are those ones who may think like that. There are others who may be afraid of speaking. And I think by the grace of God, there is a way I am able to see and know that, okay, this one, it's because of fear. This one might be thinking that my opinion might not really matter. So some of the times I first take some time to understand them, to understand why is this one quiet, and then I begin from there. Now, the ones who are quiet because they are still lacking confidence, I give them opportunity. Even when others are putting up their hands and giving answers, I ask them, for example, I'd be like, okay, Susan, what do you have to say? What do you think about this? And then she says the answer. And when she says it, we applaud, we give you flowers, make them feel very important.
Nice.
Yes. And then the ones who might think that their opinion is not maybe valid, or it's not that important, or even if they don't speak, it doesn't do any harm, still, I also call them out. Then in case they give an answer that I did not expect, or that the one I think is not like up to the required standards, I still go back to the other method of asking those questions. Sometimes I tell them, okay, we are going to get back to you. So I first get other answers, then I come back to this one, and they end up speaking.
Wow.
And you realize that in the coming lessons, they gain their confidence. They look forward to also answering.
Who wouldn't want to receive flowers and to be applauded in a very special way? Oh, that's amazing. Let's say, there are those who are quiet. And now imagine these ones who are also so outspoken. I think so fast. I have answers on my fingertips. How do you make me hold space for this one who is quiet without making me feel like I should shrink?
Okay.
Yeah.
You're the one who has more answers?
Yes, I have so many answers, everything. My hand is already up. How do you help me hold space for other people? Like for that quiet student, without making me feel like, oh my goodness, I think I should maybe stay quiet too, but like just try to find a balance.
Yeah. Okay. There is one thing that I've come to appreciate about life, being around students most of the times, is that no student is the same as the other. Like each student is different in a way.
Yeah.
And sometimes these expectations of you, it's okay, you can speak whenever you want, you can give as many answers as you want, is not outright said to the students, but it comes out through like the daily activities and stuff we do in class. So, because they don't just give chorus answers in the class, there are rules, there's group work, there's what. So, for the case of the student who has many answers all the time, they also know that they'll put up their hand to be picked upon to speak. So unless I've picked you, you do not speak, but you keep on putting your hand up as a student, waiting to be. So yeah, you'll find that there's one who speaks more than the others, always.
All right.
But at least each one is given an opportunity. And even the one who speaks, I don't think ever feels like I am speaking so much, because they get the opportunity to speak, and also the others also do.
Yeah. We had a teacher in primary 5 who would always say, equal opportunity. Like, he would go marking in rows. So as he's marking like one row, next row. So if he passes your row and he's on the second row, and you're like, teacher, he would say, equal opportunity. So we knew, would make sure. I think he said it in a way of like, I'm trying to give opportunity to everyone. Hold on, because he would like make rounds throughout the whole classroom. So I think he was just holding us. When you have your opportunity, use it. So when the opportunity is being given to another person, would you also hold on so that I come back to you? So I think what you said just reminded me of that, how you try to make sure that you're giving each of the students an opportunity. But I also love the fact that you're catering into their needs. This one's hand might be up, but then you're noticing this one who is quieter, and you're like, hey, what do you think? And they are being applauded. I think that's my highlight. Really interesting. This month of March, we've been reading a book called Everything is Figure Outable by Marie. And one of the things she says is, I win or I learn, but I never lose. And currently, the whole world, but also in classrooms, I think there is something of the fear of people speaking up because they are afraid of making mistakes. Because you're like, if I do, will I do it right? But there is also this perfectionist thing, I need to do it right. How do you create a classroom where students see making mistakes as an opportunity to learn and an opportunity to say this is progress, versus them being perfectionists and waiting to have everything sorted out before they speak?
As you spoke, I remembered something, that perfection is a killer of creativity. Like, it allows procrastination.
Actually, some people even say procrastination. Actually, perfectionism is the highest order of self-abuse.
And I agree with that. So
actually, no, highest form. Perfectionism is the highest form of self-abuse. Yeah,
that's very true.
Yeah.
So they know, because first of all, this is a safe space. No laughing at answers that you think are wrong. Even me, I do not laugh. So they know it right from day one that it is okay. Let me say my answer. Some of them even say, okay, teacher, I wrote this, but I am not sure. You look at it. And sometimes they even put their hands up and they say, teacher, I am trying. So even before they say it, they first put like a disclaimer. So they know that it's okay. It's okay, because from day one, they know that this is a safe space.
Yes. Wow, amazing. Actually, I love, I'm trying.
Yes.
I think that speaks volumes. Like, I'm not sure, but hey, I'm here. I'm showing up, and this is what I have. Amazing. There are so many students out there who might be going through different battles. They would really like to speak up, but they are surely so afraid. What would you tell them, or what would be your advice to those students out there?
Thank you. I feel that this question doesn't apply to only students.
But
it applies to everyone.
Exactly.
And sure. So even with the fear inside, you continue and go ahead and do what you're supposed to do. Speak even when you're scared. Speak even when you're shaking. Just say it out. And the more you practice, the more you do, the better you will become.
Better. It's amazing. I think this is the right spot for what I wanted to say earlier on. Like that same book, this lady has so much wisdom. There is something she talks about fear. And she sees fear in two dimensions. The first choice is face everything and rise. And the other option is false evidence appearing real. So which one do you choose? Is it the false evidence that is appearing real and saying, hey, you're here, but you can't actually do it? What? Like you see all those negative voices we keep having before we do things. And then she says, but there is also this option of face everything and rise.
Yes.
And I think that as you speak really comes out clear. And she even gives very good examples and says there is a person before feeling nervous, but this nervousness is because I'm going to deliver a speech I've never given before. And I'm like, oh, so we can actually choose how we see fear. And thank you so much for bringing that, Sharon.
You're welcome.
So to our viewers out there, are you struggling? Are you afraid? What is it that you really want to do? It might not be in the classroom or out of the classroom. Hey, feel the fear and do it anyway, because actually, as Sharon said, the only way we can learn is when we keep practicing what we really want to achieve. And I would like us to move to the next segment. And I really love this one here. I'm a gratitude girlie.
Okay.
I keep a gratitude jar and I added a segment for gratitude, and I'm calling it the Gratitude Rapid Fire. Sharon, are you ready for this Gratitude Rapid Fire?
Okay,
Exactly. So I'm going to be asking her 5 questions, and then she'll give us a short answer within like seconds. No hesitation. Remember that game, no hesitation. No repetition. That's exactly what we are going to do. So I have some questions for her, for us to just see who is she grateful for, different things. Let me not preempt. Let me go straight right away. Sharon, are you ready? I want to be like now those quiz masters.
Okay.
Okay. Mention a moment in class you'll never forget.
Okay. I just mentioned it.
Yes.
Okay, it is when I was leaving a certain school and I asked students to write things that went wrong and the things that went well without telling them I was leaving. And they wrote honestly.
Oh my, I would love to read those notes. Those are so priceless. Let's go to the next one. A fellow teacher you're grateful for, and why?
Do I have to say their name?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I am grateful for teacher Rachel Amutuhaire. She has my name.
Okay.
We work together in St. Lawrence. Yeah.
Oh,
And I have
teacher
to be
Rachel, shout out to you. Then one thing about your younger self you now appreciate right now.
My younger self. Fearlessness and honesty.
Yes. Oh, amazing. A small classroom win that meant everything to you.
Okay, when a special student, because I have to be brief, I'm trying to be brief.
Okay, yeah.
When a special student was able to write a complete essay, he was autistic. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
Yes.
One thing about teaching that still brings you joy.
The students.
The students.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much, Sharon. First of all, thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking your time off to be with us today. It has been amazing, an amazing conversation. And to you out there, What are you doing to make sure you make a safe space for the people around you to be able to speak? But before we go, I would like to give it back to Sharon to give us her parting shots, and then
to the teachers, to the students,
to anyone, to the teachers, to anyone listening to us. Yeah.
Okay. You want to give to two.
Okay.
The students and the teachers. Okay. To the students, we love you very much. And we hope that because of what we do as educators, you get to reach your full potential and become the great people that God has created you to be. And to the teachers, I know sometimes it can get overwhelming. The routine can be so boring. But please do not give up, because what you are doing is the work of the Master, the Most High God. Thank you.
All right. To our viewers out there, please speak. Even if your voice is shaking, even if your feet are shaking, please take that bold step and do it. Remember, here at Limitless Voices with Namono, we do not shrink, we do not silence, we speak, because every voice truly matters. Don't forget to go down and hit that notification bell and join a community of Limitless Voices. From us to you, we say bye-bye.